He sat beside her, scrolling through his phone, while she stared out the window in silence. They weren't fighting, at least, not out loud, but the quiet between them felt heavier than any argument could. That's how most relationships die, not with a breakup, but with silence, distance, and small habits that whisper, "We're not going to last." So how do you know when your relationship has no future? Sometimes, the signs aren't dramatic. They are subtle, hiding behind routine smiles and polite conversations. Yet if you look closely, they're there, clear as day. The first sign is emotional disconnection. When you stop sharing how you truly feel because you're afraid it won't matter. You used to talk about everything, now you talk about nothing. The laughter fades, and so does the intimacy. The second sign is when your goals no longer align. One of you dreams of marriage, the other dreams of freedom. One wants to build a home, the other wants to travel alone. No matter how much love exists, mismatched paths will always pull you apart. Third, constant arguments that never lead to solutions. Every discussion turns into a battle, and every apology feels empty. You're both fighting to be heard, but no one's actually listening anymore. The fourth sign is when you start feeling lonely even while they're right beside you. You crave connection, but it's like talking to a wall. You miss the version of them who used to care, and maybe the version of yourself who used to believe in us. Fifth, lack of effort. Love can't survive without work. When one person stops trying, stops texting back, stops planning time together, stops showing affection, it's a quiet declaration that the end has already begun. Sixth, disrespect. It doesn't have to be shouting or insults. Sometimes it's subtle, rolling eyes, dismissive tones, or laughing at your dreams. Once respect fades, the foundation cracks, and no amount of love can rebuild it. Seventh, you feel more peace alone than with them. You start avoiding their calls, preferring silence over their company. What used to be comforting now feels exhausting. That's your heart whispering that it's done pretending. 8. The trust is gone. Maybe it was broken by lies, cheating, or emotional distance. Whatever the reason, once trust disappears, love becomes survivor instead of joy. 9th, your intuition keeps telling you to leave. You try to ignore it, convince yourself it's just a rough patch, but deep down, you know. You know when something's over, even if your heart refuses to accept it. And the 10th sign, the most painful one, is indifference. When you stop caring whether they call, whether they come home, or whether they stay at all. That's not love dying suddenly, it's love fading quietly, day by day. Relationships end long before they break up. They end when two people stop growing together, stop fighting for each other, and start existing side by side like strangers sharing the same space. Sometimes, walking away isn't weakness. It's wisdom. Because holding on to something that's already gone isn't love, it's fear. And once you finally let go, you realize that endings aren't always failures. Sometimes, they're the first step toward peace.